Virgo, how you doing? Let's find out. Let's see what's going on with you and your person, more particularly your person. Where are they at? What's the holdup here? You may come out being the holdup, so if you come out in the reading, cool. You two are intertwined as a divine counterpart, as a twin flame connection. So divine timing is essential to bring twin flames into divine union. That's the difference between a twin flame and a divine union, is divine timing. Because all divine unions are twin flames, but not all twin flames come into divine union, even if they're together. Because they didn't wait for the divine timing, they didn't do the work, and so they're bringing all that muck into the relationship, and so that will always keep them in a lower frequency where there's competition, there's conditions, there's runner chaser. It's a half truth, right? It's almost there, but it's not quite the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. I'm having some hot cocoa. It's like lukewarm cocoa now, but let's see. See what's going on with the masculine. You could be dealing with a Pisces. We have the High Priestess, King of Wands, and the Two of Swords. So using your intuition to make a decision. King of Wands is facing the opposite direction here. So you could be dealing with a fire sign, and they might be distracted, looking elsewhere. Now, a lot of times, the High Priestess, people look at the High Priestess. They like the High Priestess. The High Priestess is very mysterious, and they want to watch her and know what she's doing. And she's very interesting in her solitude, in her strangeness, right? But this king is looking in a different direction, so the masculine could be intimidated by the feminine here. Something about this King of Wands. Three of Swords. What the fuck? High Priestess is the star. Maybe with tell me about that Two of Swords. The Fool. Could be dealing with an Aries. We got Aquarius twice here with the star and the Fool. Maybe you're dealing with an Aries and Aquarius, right? Maybe it's that literal. But with the Two of Swords and the Fool, and then we also have the Fish here. So again, with Pisces, the Two of Swords is not seeing a decision, not knowing which way to jump, right? Because the Fool takes a leap of faith. Who doesn't know which way to jump? Queen of Swords in the World. All right, so there's Two of Swords, High Priestess, and the Queen of Swords. Maybe the feminine was indecisive. They were just guarded, untrusting, unsure, half in, half out. They weren't telling the whole truth. Because the Queen of Swords wields a truth here. So if they're not taking a leap of faith, that's because they're not tapped into their faith. They're not tapped into their High Priestess, their intuition. And we have the World. The World. Which is the fixed signs. Maybe they have a fixed perspective. The feminine has a fixed perspective. They're not seeing the whole picture. Here's this King of Wands. It's Three of Swords. Flipping out. Oh, coming out in the upside down. upside down and flipped over. King of Wands, we've got the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Cups. There's an apology. There's a return with something that is sweet. We've got the fish there, water sign. The Knight of Swords, which is coming in, fighting for truth, fighting for, the Knight of Swords is truth. It's honesty. It's words. It's thoughts. It's balance between the head and the heart. The head and the throat. It's mercurial. But maybe with the Queen of Cups being in reverse, it's this person's head and heart was not aligned. This masculine, this King of Wands. And it left. So maybe now it left the feminine in this Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords, the Two of Swords, Queen of Swords. This is like 3, 2, 1, right? In order to get to this place of, okay, I'll listen to what you have to say. Maybe listening to this Page of Cups. So yeah, there's a mysteriousness here. So maybe the masculine couldn't handle the truth because the High Priestess speaks the truth. They're tapped into their intuition. They see the truth. They see all things. Kind of a know-it-all, that High Priestess. But when you're tapped into the High Priestess, you know what is righteous. You know what's true. It's not about right or wrong. There's this little gnat around my plants, so I don't want it getting near my cocoa. This paper here. Don't fuck with my cocoa. My joy, my cup of joy for the morning. This King of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So there could have been intimidation there. There could have been like a lack of clarity on the masculine's part. Maybe the feminine spoke a truth that the masculine was not ready to hear. And you know when we deal with people, particularly romantic partners, we sort of inhabit some of their traits or take on some of their behaviors or things, whether they're beneficial or not, right? Even if it was the thing we couldn't stand most about them, sometimes we still, maybe we're always mad they left their socks on the ground, and then suddenly it's like, we're single, we're in our studio apartment, and our socks are everywhere. It's a very simple, specific idea of that. But there's the Magician, mercurial energy, which is you, Gemini. You share the throat chakra, and the throat chakra is ruled by Taurus. So with the High Priestess, the High Priest, you could have been dealing with a Taurus, but the High Priestess and the High Priest, or the Hierophant, are counterparts, right? So, and the High Priest is the masculine of, so you could have been dealing with a masculine Pisces, right? Right, and then there's the Gemini and your energy and the Magician as well. But that's the holdup with the King of Wands, is the King of Wands was not very powerful, right? Because the King of Wands is a very powerful individual, but the way that they're looking away from all this, the way it's like a denial, their side is all upside down. It's like they had to, again, twin flames come together, they challenge each other's egos, and then they have to go away, do the work, and come back together when they're ready. Now that can happen in this lifetime, that can happen in past lifetimes. So sometimes you can meet your twin flame and be on the frequency of divine agape love and come together in your first meeting of the 3D. But a lot of times, depending on what you believe about time, life cycles, past lives, karma, whatever you believe about that is going to influence how you perceive your twin flame journey. And it's true for everybody, right? How you perceive it is your spiritual perception is truth, right? There's a lizard. I just got all this nature in here, which I love. And I like lizards, so I'm okay with that. Lizards. Lizards you usually get, you can get tropical, which is like water, earth, or you can get the desert, which is, wands. It's fire, and you just sort of imagine like tumbleweeds. So it's like the masculine. The masculine and the feminine. There's some sort of, I'm getting this direct mirror. It could be same sex, but I feel like somebody was not in their divine masculinity or femininity. I'm getting more of the neglect or the distraction or the looking away from the truth from the masculine. 9 of Wands. Oh, they've been in a very 11 on the clock there. They were stuck in a cycle, and see their head is wrapped, right? This is like a long battle, an inner battle. This person was in an inner battle. They did not like a truth that this high priestess told them. So, and so maybe the feminine got into a place where they were like, well, I'm just not going to speak truth anymore, right? Like you inhabited that sort of aversion to truth because you spoke it to someone who meant a great deal to you, and they ignored it. They rejected it. They abandoned you. I feel like that feminine was very much in their power, and then they were knocked out of their power by this king. I want to like smack him around. Listen here, you little son of a gun. The Ace of Cups is an Ace of Pentacles. And we've got the seahorses on this cup, so that could be, maybe you have a Pisces placement, but that is filling your cup with intuition. The moon is intuition. The seahorses are Neptune, the god Neptune. Their chariot was drawn by seahorses. And Neptune is the planet of Pisces. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles, the dragon. You or your person could be the year of the dragon or in the year of the dragon. So this could be coming together. This offer could be coming together by the end of this year. So closing time. What is that? No strings attached. No, that's with, is it Friends with Benefits, right? With Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis, where he thinks it's third eye blind. Third eye blind. Somebody's intuition was totally blocked here. Someone did not like seeing the truth. So the advice to the feminine, the advice to anybody, but I feel like the feminine was really knocked off. This king really, and now they could be a fire sign, but wands are, wands can be sexual energy. They can be a lot of passion. And in your last reading, I got a lot of passion. Like that's what you were looking for. And so maybe you dealt with someone who was like all the passion, but they didn't offer any stability. And your earth, your primary element is earth. Right? So even though you got the mutable of the swords and the water and the back and forth and the ambiguity, and you like to be pulled by the current, and you want someone to kind of, there's a freedom in that because you, and I don't know if I'd go so far as to say S&M bondage, but there is something about like wanting a boss, wanting someone to lead you. That's what the feminine desires. Energetically, the masculine leads, and the feminine trusts the masculine to follow them in the 3D, and the feminine guides in the 5D, and the masculine has to trust the feminine to follow them. They have to honor the feminine in order to follow them. So there's like a lack of humility here. There's a lot of like heated passion and power Could be like a power play. So it was like maybe the feminine trusted the masculine, and then the masculine didn't trust the feminine, because what the feminine said really challenged their ego, and it really scared the shit out of them. And so they had to go do some work. They had to go do some work. I don't know if this person is the person that you're going to be dealing with, but I'm not worried about that. That's on them. They may have to do that work. I mean, I see that they're doing work here. I see that they're like the wounded warrior, the battle scars, right? They went out into the world, and what was it, like 50 Shades of Grey? You know, no one else is going to be as good as this high priestess. Because we, as spiritual beings, we long for someone to challenge our ego, whether we like it or not. And we typically don't, because our ego does not like to be challenged. But we as spiritual beings know that that's why we came here, is to get that challenge of the ego, to get to a place where we go, oh damn, I guess I gotta grow up. I guess I gotta change some stuff and grow, truly grow. What is this? That's a burn from sage? No, that's a little piece of fuzz. It looked like a burn from sage with the Ace of Wands. We got aces, we've got new. So I feel like everything that happened with this other person, the star with the high priestess, the feminine needs to come back to realizing, right? And with that back and forth of not sure if it's the masculine and the feminine, this could be opposite, right? I'm talking to the feminine here, but this is feminine energy. We all have that within us, same ingredients, different recipes. So maybe the masculine, you know, maybe, you know, because Virgo is a Earth is feminine, right? So maybe it's the masculine, or the male is actually the feminine here, and maybe they were dealing with a female who was in their masculine energy, right? So there could be something like that where the individuals were not in their righteous power, energetically speaking. But yeah, we have the Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. This is new. This is a trinity of newness. And the only thing that we're missing here is Ace of Swords. So where is, and yeah, and Virgo, you guys are, you know, you have very strong powers of observation and analysis. And sometimes you just say things as they are, and that can be really off-putting or traumatizing, triggering to individuals who don't want to hear the truth, and don't want to hear things as they are. They want to hear things as they think they should be. Ooh, 10 of Swords. Yeah, the swords. But you know what 10 is? It's a 1, right? 10 is a 1, and it's an ending, which means we're done with this deceptive bullshit. We're ready for someone who can communicate. I feel like this last person could not communicate, because I don't like this King of Wands. Whomever this was, I don't like them. We got the Ace of Cups over here again. You're getting that deep nourishment. This Queen of Cups that's in reverse over here, everything that got flipped topsy-turvy. Knight of Swords, someone who's not communicating. Page of Cups, someone who's unapologetic. Now that is something you can take from this, because you need to be unapologetically honest. Doesn't mean you need to be rude or cruel or anything like that, but just stay in your truth. Stay in your Queen of Swords. Speak your truth. Be decisive, right? Take your leap of faith, because you don't let this person cause you third eye blindness. Just because they didn't like it, that does not make it any less true. In fact, these people, these types of people, are put here to challenge our connection with Source, right? They're here to challenge our ego. So you got to challenge as well by them being in a lower frequency, a lower vibration. to be a reminder that, oh, I'm actually, you know, and I just posted on Instagram, you know, you're not crazy. So there might be something in that for you, you know, about trusting your intuition, trusting your body, and trusting the way that you feel. You're not crazy. So maybe this person was gaslighting with the wands. Maybe they were gaslighting you. Maybe they were, you know, with that, I thought that was a burn with the Ace of Wands. It's like they snuffed out your inspiration, your creativity. You felt burned by them. Oh, crap. I just realized it's trash day. Oh, well, it'll come again. I don't even remember the days. Page of Cups is, you know, also someone who's like always sorry, you know, but they're not really sorry, because if they were sorry, they would change, right? And they didn't do anything different. They're unapologetically just okay with you being in this place. But you've got two Aces of Cups, which is the Two of Cups, which is like the lovers. It's a union, it's an oath, cups running over, filled with intuition. So maybe you are going to be dealing with a water sign who understands the femininity of your nature, right? Who can actually nurture that and understand that. You need someone who's not just all in this, because fire, wands, is the most distinctly masculine element. And earth is the most distinctly feminine. Water and air, again, they are based on the current. So they're sort of ambiguous. There's a little bit of androgynous quality to swords and water, and they are both dependent upon the movement of the current, of the unseen. So there's something kind of transferable about them. But I was hearing like transaction, but we don't want that. But there is sort of an exchange between them, because swords are head and cups are heart. So it's the balance of the head and the heart, and that's discernment. And that's why the mutable signs are all gifted with discernment, but they're also the most challenged signs with discernment. Justice and the Moon. So see, this Two of Swords is crossed, and she's not looking, this individual, and see, there's this two fish again. So yeah, maybe you were dealing with a Pisces. An emotionally unavailable Pisces. Shocker. That never exists. Oh man. Sorry, Pisces, if you're cross-watching, but this is, their swords are open. They've got the keys here, keys to the kingdom. They have the swords are decisive, right? Getting into your earth element is going to be the most helpful to you. Maybe getting out of your mutable, like if you're having a hard time discerning, get into your fixed energy, because fixed energy is it's decisive, it's determined, it's the discipline. It's just, that's the Fool. It's just taking the leap of faith and staying on there. But this is actually more like cardinal energy, but Aquarius with the star here is a fixed sign. So getting into that fixed energy, getting into your earth energy is going to maybe help you. I mean, it will help you, but maybe that's the advice that you need, is get into that earth place and just stay the course. Keep doing what you know is right for you. And just, it's like seeing is believing. Well, here, with your third eye being blind, here believing is seeing. Going through the steps, going through the affirmations, making the statements, doing the work on yourself, self-care, just going through the earth steps, and maybe with the earth steps, going on walks, right? Going on walks, getting out in nature, tap back into your truth, which is earth. You are earth. So get into your earth, and discipline leads to discernment. So if you were very much in your high priestess, but got knocked out of that, get back into your earth, get back into the discipline of your very nature, of your fixed earth energy, right? I know you're mutable, but earth is fixed. And so get into that fixed earth element and wield that like the magician. The magician knows how. The magician wields all the aces here. So if you're wanting communication, then you have to be communicative with yourself, which means you can't be confusing with yourself. You can't be back and forth with your thoughts. You have to get into a place where you know your thoughts. You can differentiate them, and that's like meditation. So moving meditation, sounded like movie meditation, but moving meditation. And maybe movie meditation, you've been in your hermit mode. Maybe it knocked you into a place where you've just been kind of like binge watching and just like in your hermit mode too long and needing to get out of that. So you need to move with your meditation, get into something that is a little bit more, activates your breath, right? Because swords are breath, right? They're thoughts, they're words. It's all connected with the truth. Prana is your breath. That's the truth that we inhale, and what we exhale is depending on the work that we've done, either a truth or a lie. So we have the ability to and how we process that is between our head and our heart, right? That discernment. So speak a truth, right? And the difference between the head and the heart is the truth, the throat. The throat chakra is how we speak our truth, or don't speak our truth, right? Maybe we don't speak to those that it's going to fall on deaf ears. It's more about speaking it to yourself. And so to speak it to yourself means we look at our thoughts through meditation. We look at each one. We differentiate which one's ours, which one isn't. We do all that work by focusing in on them. Yeah, there's some anxiety here. But it's like these swords are blocking your heart. You're not listening to your heart. And we've got Two of Cups here, which is the inevitability of unblocking these swords. So there's lies in your heart, right? You saw the truth. Someone didn't like it. And so you're like, well, maybe my truth is a lie. And you got into a place of self-sabotage and blocking yourself and fear. This is a lot of fear as well. And maybe with this looking like it had a burn on the back there, maybe there's fear of the Ace of Wands. There's a fear of new passionate beginnings. Will I ever be passionate with anyone again? Will I ever have that sense of excitement again? See this fucking gnat here? Get out of here. Jeez. It's like in its little 15 seconds of fame or whatever. Chariot, follow your heart. Two of Cups. All of this to say, follow your heart and love will come to you. Like, it sounds so easy, but there are practical steps that we can take. Going for a walk, getting out of your head and just getting into the heart, into the body. Coming down out of the clouds a little bit, because I feel like with that moon, there's a lot of confusion. But the moon, and getting out into the sun, right? Because the moon and the sun is the divine union, the cosmic divine union of celestial bodies. It represents the divine feminine and divine masculine, celestially speaking. And they both share the heart chakra, which is the Chariot, right? Maybe you have a Cancerian placement. Maybe you'll be dealing with the Cancer, with that water. But it's listening to your heart, moving your heart. I feel like you need to get your heart rate up, right? Because maybe your heart rate was up with this person because they were all, ooh, King of Wands, and then your heart got blocked. Those swords in your heart is like going cold. It's like ice around the heart. You need to melt that. You need to get out in the sun. I know it seems difficult with winter, but go to the gym, or you can work out in your house. I mean, but go to the gym, go to the sauna, take a warm shower, take a warm bath. I feel like you need to warm yourself up and get your blood flowing again. Because once the blood starts flowing, it's a form of meditation, in the sense that your blood, as it passes through these blockages, as it tries to get through blocked chakras, it will go, what is this? You know, like, what is this thing in the way? And the more that you get it moving, the more you can kind of like push that out, and it will come to the surface, and you can realize it. You realize a lot of things whenever you activate the physical body, because you get yourself out of your head. When you're in your head, you're not going to realize anything, because you're just in one place. Once you get the blood moving, then you're activating all the cells of your body. You're oxygenating. You're getting the truth. You're infusing your every molecule with the truth. And when the truth, it's like a light. When you're doing shadow work, right? It's like that light that beams in. And when you focus the truth everywhere in your body, it hones in on the lies. And you'll go, oh God, like, why does this part of my body hurt? Listen to your body, right? Why does my right hip hurt? Why does and you'll notice that those places of pain are near chakras that are blocked. So I feel like you have plumbing issues here internally. There's something that's blocked because these swords are put in there. You know, and it's like a form of self-mutilation if you just keep them there, right? Because somebody may have put them there, but you're keeping them there. You're still housing them. You're perpetuating those lies. So you need to get those lies out. Move your body. And, yeah, or don't. Free will, but Page of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you want someone to come in your earth energy, then you need to tap back into that earth energy. I mean, it's as simple as that. Just go outside, touch some dirt, put your bare feet on the ground. You know, maybe it's chilly outside, but if there's some sunshine out there, go stand in the sun. Let the sun illuminate. It's like the flashlight, you know. When you put it over, like you put it in a, like a pipe, you're looking at like plumbing or a pipe, there's something blocked. You put a flashlight in, and you're sort of like, where is it at? But once you illuminate it, it's just, you can see all the way to the bottom. You can see where the blockage is. Allow the sun, God, source, to illuminate your crown chakra, and then it will illuminate your pipeline, and you'll be able to see where things are blocked, right? And you can do that by just sitting and meditating. You can do that by moving the physical body so that you're out of your own way physically. You're not resisting or tense or rejecting it because you're guarded. And once you get to that muscle fatigue, then you can kind of just let go. That's why doing like movement yoga is really helpful. If you find that it's difficult for you to just sit and meditate and you're like, I can't do this, get out of your head, you know, stop focusing so much on the problem and just be the solution. I don't know. I feel like that's a lot of just sort of random roundabout things of saying the same thing. But maybe they needed to be worded in those particular ways for particular people. I don't know. But hopefully there was something in here for you. You know, I hate focusing any energy on the past, but I asked for what the blockage is, and it feels like the past is the blockage, and needing to let it be the past in order to accept the new, right? The Fool jumps towards something new, something unknown, and the aces, the magician, that's all aces, that's all beginnings, it's all the one, it's all, the Fool, 0 jumps toward the one, and 10s are 1. So endings become new beginnings. You got to end something, you got to get it out, you got to move it out, you got to unblock it so that you can welcome something new in. And the only ace that's missing is the Swords, which is communication. So I feel like you want a truth, you want someone who speaks the truth, who's aligned with your truth to come in, then you have to give it to yourself first. The magician is the divine alchemist. They manifest from a place of being, from a frequency. Divine union is a frequency. So it's a divine timing is a frequency. And divine unions are dependent upon divine timing. Yeah, if any of this is confusing, let me know. Or don't. Free will. I do feel like there's a lot of resistance to moving on. To moving. But I hope that you do. I hope there was something that gives you a little bit of insight, a little bit of maybe one step at a time, just clearing out old connections is like recovering from an addiction, right? Every single day that you don't talk about them, that you don't give them your energy, is a day of sobriety from that person. So they have to go. They're an attachment. They're a cord that needs to be cut, because they are keeping you stuck and bound, and they're disabling and inhibiting and blocking this new beautiful connection, which is your divine counterpart. It's soulmate. It has to start with you. And you guys can wait and wait and wait until it's perfect, and then you'll just be waiting your whole life. Just be the fool. One step at a time, one breath at a time, one little thing. It doesn't have to be perfect, Virgo. Just do it. Just do one thing. And those little things, those little imperfections will lead up to something that is perfect. So, okay, the end. Until next time, I wish you well.